Mitch Rizzuto reporting for PlainvilleAthletics.com here at the high school. It's Winter Sports Banquet Night where we have Mary, Marianne, and Kathy of the Plainville Athletic Backers Club do so much for the athletes, and I just wanted to take you guys aside and, thank you guys for what you do for the athletes, and also get your perspective on the winter sports season and also what's coming up next.
Who wants to talk first? Me? Okay. Well, the winter season's over. The kids all had, I would say, a very productive season. A lot of hard work. The kids we had some all-state athletes, we had some all-conference athletes, and we were conference champions in different sports. So overall, it was really successful. Concessions did awesome, and we're working on getting ready for the spring season. Go ahead, Kath.
That's what I was going to say. We were looking forward to a very productive spring season. Lots of sports coming up. Just started within the last week, and we're looking forward to it.
Same thing? So talk a little bit about cheerleading. They were very successful here in the winter season. Talk a little bit about their accomplishments.
I guess I will, since my daughter's a cheerleader. Yeah, they did really well this year. They were the repeat CCC South champions. They were the silver medalists at the Class M state championships, and they went to regionals this past weekend. We had an all-state and an all-conference nomination in Isabella Donahue, and we have 9 girls out of 16 who are all-conference, all-academic. So they did really well.
So, and what other sports also had successful seasons for the winter season?
As far as I'm concerned, they all had successful seasons, because I look at it from the point of view that as long as they improved and they won games and worked hard, to me, they all had successful seasons. We did have a 1,000-point getter on the girls' basketball team, Kelsey Clemens, which was very impressive.
That's very impressive.
Yeah, and also we had 4, I know Dylan Fusco was all-conference for wrestling. Isabella Donahue, like I said, was all conference for cheerleading. Kelsey Clemens was all conference for basketball, and Austin Butler was also all conference for boys basketball. So overall, they did really good. And to me, I look at it, it's not wins or whatever. It's as long as they worked hard and had fun too.
Right.
It was a win.
and what you guys do here for the athletes is awesome. As people start to file in here for the winter sports banquet, I thank you guys for taking a few minutes here to recap the winter, and keep doing what you guys are doing. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. Thank you, Mitch.
Thank you. I'm going to change the order a little bit because we have some very important young people here that are a little bit under the weather tonight and would like to go home, but they would also like to get their certificate before they leave. We have a new team, a new winter team at Plainville High School this year. It's not really a new team, it's a revival. When I first started the athletic directing in 1998, we had a unified sports basketball team. We participated in a couple of tournaments every year. We played at halftime or before the JV, or after the JV, but before the varsity game started when we were in the Northwest Conference. And we had a lot of success in those days. And that team was led by 3-time unified All-American Matt Chingris. And now, always believing that one should give back to the program that made him famous, he is now a coach of our unified sports basketball team. Program coordinators Denise Fells and the head coach is Cindy Birdsall, and unfortunately they could not be here tonight. But they did prepare the certificates for the team members who participated in a tournament in New Britain last week and took away gold medals, which they all very proudly had around their necks the next day. So I'd like to call upon, and I don't know who's here or who isn't, but I know at least some of them are. So I'd like to call upon the members of the team, both the special athletes and their partners at this time, to come up and get their certificates. Julie Zaleski. This young man also was on our swim team this winter, the boys swim team. But he also participated after the season ended. He's ready and raring to get up there. Will Howman. third member of the team could not be here tonight, but I'd like to recognize her as well, Tahara Washington. Now, we could not have a unified team without partners who treat these kids like brothers and sisters and are very helpful in practices and during the games as well. So if any of the partners are here, as I call your name up, I'd like you to come up and get your certificate as well. Joey Chacho, Sarah Alderson, Miranda Rivera, Nick Sear, and Nick Bendistriano. I met her about a week ago, now it seems like we've been friends for years. Which is fine. Okay, before we continue, or as we continue, let's have a big round of applause for the Athletic Backers Club for putting on this wonderful banquet. And I would, is she here? Is Mary here? Oh, okay, exciting. All right, I'd like to call on the co-president, or one of the co-presidents of this year's Backers Club, Mary Kuchar.
Good evening, everyone, and I hope you all had a good dinner. Yazlis does an awesome job. We're here tonight to honor all of our winter athletes, along with their coaches, for all their accomplishments and hard work. I want to, first of all, talk about the Athletic Backers Club, and I'd like to invite all of the parents and or guardians that are here tonight or not here, if you can get the word out. We would love to have anybody help us. It's not a select club, it's for all the students. So please, if you would like to come help, you can look on the website, the PlainvilleAthletic.com website. It has our schedule and talks about our meetings and stuff. So please, feel free to come. You can contact me, Marianne Delane is here, Kathy Castaneri. Any of us would be very happy to have you be part of our team. Let's see. Aside from doing tonight's banquet, we do 2 other banquets, which all of the student athletes are invited, and it is free of charge for them. We do a senior athletic banquet at the AquaTurf. We run concessions for all of the different seasons, where the fans and the kids come, they look for us, they want their food, they want their snacks, and it's our way, our main way of making money for the kids. Last year, we gave out 16 scholarships to the graduating senior class. We hope to do the same this year. That is really one of the big things that we do with the monies that we raise for the kids. We also do the special extras for the teams. I can speak specifically, we did something for the cross-country team this year. The cheerleaders, we provided them with some speakers, and we just helped out the swim team because they needed touch panels, some repairs needed to be done. So those are some of the good things that we do that isn't always available in the budget. So that's why we need parents. Don't have to come all the time, don't have to come to every game, but if you could even just come once, it is a lot of fun. I enjoy it. We have great people. We have parents who have children not in high school anymore, and they're still coming. So they're not here tonight, but they're usually coming. But so that being said, tonight we're recognizing all of these athletes from the winter season. We have all CCC South athletes. We have a Class State qualifier, all-state qualifier. We have a CCC South Conference champion. We have Class M runners-up. We have regional qualifiers. We have a basketball player that scored 1,000 points. That is awesome. And her coach will talk about that. regardless of how your team finished, people worked hard, you had work ethic, you guys improved your times, you did well, and you made us all proud. So, on behalf of myself and the Athletic Backer Clubs, I would like all the athletes to stand up, and I'd like everyone to give them a round of applause, please. And I'm going to close with that. I'm going to give the microphone back to John Zadnik, and I want to thank John also. I don't know if this will be his last year, his really, really last year, but he does a lot for these kids, and everyone should recognize him tonight too. Thank you.
This really, 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 really is my last year. One more season. Considering I retired for the first time 10 years ago, I think I lasted longer than a lot of people expected. Okay, a few thank yous. The leader of the clubhouse down across from the Wood Gym, our trainer, Eric Williams. Eric, can you smile? The lady who calls herself Trad, aka the real AD, Marty Matthews. The voice of our national anthem during basketball season, Nicole Limbo. Oh, by the way, before I continue, I'll get shot tomorrow morning. Mr. LePage regrets very deeply that he could not be with us tonight. I think this is the first banquet that he's missed, but he has 3 children now. One of them is a newborn, or pretty newborn, and I think he also had a meeting that he could not get out of tonight, so he sends his regrets. Okay. Let's just quickly go through the teams. We don't have that many in the winter season. So we'll start with the wrestling team. Coach Rusty, Kyle, Tim, and Brian. Seniors on the wrestling team. Do we have any? 4 seniors. Where are you? There we are. And the rest of the wrestling team, stand up and take a bow. Next we have boys swimming, Coach Chris Zagorski. His mom Jen is not here tonight, is our diving coach. And Robin Mills helps out as well. Where's the swim team? Seniors? And the rest of the swimmers. Girls basketball, Coach Gombach, Mandeville, DeJohn, Caponegro. Seniors on the girls basketball squad. And the rest of the girls on the team. We'll talk a little bit more about them when Coach gets up here. Boys basketball, Coach Wesley, Rankin. Who else do we have here? Coach Joe. Stand up, take it up. Coach, we couldn't be with us tonight. Seniors on the basketball team. Shane, where are you? Can you leave? The rest of the basketball team, stand up. Girls basketball. As you can see, there weren't very many seniors. As a matter of fact, let's have all our seniors in all winter sports stand up and take one final bow. all the seniors. As you can see, none of our teams had a lot of seniors this year, which certainly bodes well for our future. Yeah, I know. Okay, so that bodes well for our future. We had a lot of underclassmen that will be back and they'll be improving, and they will be contending for division champions. Speaking of which, how's that for a segue, DJ? And again, we'll talk more about this team a little later, but since I did open the door, we had a division champion in the winter season. That would be our cheerleading squad. Girls, stand up, take a bow. Let's have Coach Parati stand up and take a well-deserved bow. And our 3 seniors. And we'll talk more about their accomplishments when Coach Parati comes up in a little while. Okay. Next, we're going to recognize the Central Connecticut Conference All-Academic Team, which we do at every banquet. And this is a special accomplishment for these kids. Not only did they perform since November or the beginning of December, right through the end of February and into March, some of them, they also accomplished great stuff in the classroom. In order to be a member of this team, they had to be a varsity letter winner in their sport and have an overall average on their last quarter report card, which in this case happened to be the second quarter, of 88 or higher. And I posted the list outside my office for at least 4 days and made announcements that they could come down and if they thought they should be on the list, let me or Mrs. Matthews know, and we would recheck the grades. And a few of them did, but I hope there weren't any that missed out on the opportunity to be recognized tonight because we did not know that, or we missed you, and you had a chance to let us know that we missed you. So, I'm going to ask Coach Gombach and maybe one of her co-coach or assistant coaches, come on up. Each recipient gets a Lamp of Knowledge pin. Very special. You can sell it on eBay in a few years for big bucks. And here are the certificates. So we have, I believe we have 24, so you guys are I'm gonna call you up by sport, and you can line up right across the front here until everybody's been called. Girls basketball, Kelsey Clemens, Nicole Davis, and Stephanie Martino. We had 2 freshmen on the girls basketball team, who also earned all academic honors. That's unusual and a pretty amazing accomplishment. Talia McCrory and Lauren Tanner. All right. She was a lot faster on a basketball court, trust me. Okay. Our cheerleaders won the CCC South for the 2nd year in a row. I was going to say this later, but can't wait. They finished first runner-up in state class M, and they qualified and competed in the New England Regional in Lawrence, Massachusetts last Saturday. And I'm saying that because I want you to notice how many of these girls are on the all-academic team. starting with Kristen Kucher and Tiffany Goodall. Jenna Aarons and Isabella Donahue. Courtney Goodall and Nicole Lembo. Lauren Acey and Catherine Beloin. And Nina Catanzaro and Maddie Richardson. Girls on the cheerleading squad made all academic. That's well over half the team. Wrestling, Tyler Acey and Dominic Velarde. Nicole Basil and another freshman, Grant Sarah. Swimming, Shayla Beausoleil and Jared Carroll. Eddie Peshka, Greg Cilio, and another freshman, Aaron Brochu. Let's give our winter CCC All-Academic team a big round of applause. Great job. Great job. Thank you. Next, we'll do the all-conference, and the coaches can say a few words about their seasons if they wish. So I'd like to have the head coaches come on up at this time. We'll start with boys basketball, Coach Wesley.
This year, competing in the CCC South with much bigger schools. We competed in every game. We lost. I think it was a total of 7 games under 12 points or less, with three victories over Eastern. We competed against Central, who went to the Class L semifinals this year, and beat Platt and Fermi. And this individual that got all conference took a boatload of points for us. I would like him to become better defensively, but that will come with time. But Austin, he played hard every game. he's probably out of the 12 people that we get on all conference, he was voted 5th, and that's saying a lot, especially in our conference. So Austin Butler.
Thank you, Coach. Thanks a lot, Coach. Coach Rusty, wrestling.
This year in our wrestling season, we're in a conference that is like it's like one of the better state tournaments. Actually, when you look at the teams we have to face, and with the we got one kid that got all conference out of the 14 varsity weight classes, and he ended up placing second in the states in Class S, which is half of the competition that our CCC South is in wrestling. And Dylan Fusco, he is only a junior amongst 17 other juniors on our team, and I'm expecting far more success from this kid. He was a surprise to everybody on our team. We had no idea that Dylan was going to step up and do what he did this year. And he's a hard-working kid amongst everybody else on our varsity who is, I expect to see at least half of our team up there next year receiving this. So Dylan, come on up, buddy.
Next we have girls basketball, Coach Gombans.
The recipient of our all-conference award is no surprise. To start the season, Kelsey had to have a substantial year in terms of scoring. Her goal was to reach 1,000 points, and it was going to be quite a feat. I have to tell you, Kelsey will be the first person to admit that it was a team effort to get this 1,000 for her, because she wasn't going to do it on her own, and everybody committed to running offenses, and they 9 times out of 10 came back to her, but it's definitely a credit to the entire basketball team to help her reach this goal, and that is a substantial accomplishment. Like Coach Wesley said, playing in our league, it is very tough to go up against double L schools day in and day out. She has been voted the #2 player in our conference, which coming from an M school speaks volumes. And when that voting process takes place, I can nominate Kelsey, but it takes the other conference coaches to recognize her as an all-conference athlete. She did score her 1,000th point this year, and this was the game ball that she scored the 1,000th point with. She will end the 9th player in school history to reach that goal. She has 1,042 points. Kelsey Clemens.
Last but certainly not least, Coach Parati.
Mr. Zandik's kind of already gone over our accomplishments for the season, but just to reiterate one more time. We were CCC South champions. We were first runner-up in the state for Class M, which we went against 21 other teams. So it's a huge division. We're one of the biggest and toughest divisions. And we did go to regionals. We got the top 10 out of regionals, so that was an awesome accomplishment too. For all conference, what I do is I nominate the girls. They go to a tryout at a different school in front of different judges from all over, and they vote who makes it. They take the top 10 from each division, so there's 10 from the South. We have one cheerleader who made it, and that is Isabella Donahue. We just got the banner with the 2014 numbers on them, so seniors, if you want to come hold up the banner. We have some cards for you, Mr. Zadler.
By the way, Kelsey's name has already been added to the 1,000-point banner, and that will hang very soon in the wood gym. Thanks, guys. Cheer for the coaches. All right, very quickly, any winter athlete who is receiving a pin for the first time tonight in their individual classrooms when they go upstairs will qualify for a hooded varsity sweater, which you guys pretty much know what they look like. I meant to bring one down, but I forgot. And so tomorrow or the next day, until my supply runs out and I have to order more, if you haven't received one before and you are getting a pin for the first time, which represents a second letter in the same sport, and fall cheerleading is not the same sport as winter cheerleading, so it has to be winter cheerleading and the other sports that we have, boys and girls basketball, wrestling, or boys swimming. So that's a nice award for you guys to get, and I know some of you will qualify, so see me tomorrow. And as far as the, I already explained how to get all that done. So we're going up into the 200 hallway, which is out the door to the left and up the stairs and all the way down to the end tonight, because the classrooms that we usually use are being used by St. Joseph's College. So we have the cheerleaders in Sir Thompson's room 219, wrestling team is in 224, boys swimming 225, girls basketball in coach's room, and boys basketball in Coach Rankin's room.